The roar is a physical entity. It's the sound of 50 million hopes, a nation's yearning condensed into the electric air of the Lusail iconic stadium. July 2026. The World Cup final. And leading England out, his jaw set, his eyes burning with a familiar fire, is Captain Harry Kane. The culmination of a lifetime's work, the Everest of any footballer's ambition. His value, not just in pounds sterling, though the €200 million figure often attached to his name speaks volumes, but in national adoration, is immeasurable. This is his moment, England's moment. Or it was supposed to be. Because for the past 72 agonizing hours, Harry Kane has been living a nightmare, a silent, suffocating horror far removed from the floodlit adulation. A shadowy organization, their reach and ruthlessness made chillingly clear, has delivered an ultimatum, as cold and sharp as a shard of ice to his heart: sabotage the World Cup final, ensure England loses, or his youngest daughter, his precious Ivy, will pay the ultimate price. The initial contact was insidious, an encrypted message appearing on a burner phone he'd never seen before, slipped into his kit bag. It contained a photo, sickeningly recent, of Ivy playing in their supposedly secure back garden, a tiny, almost invisible laser dot hovering over her chest. Then the voice, digitally distorted, devoid of emotion, laying out their terms. Miss a penalty. Mistime a crucial tackle. Feign an injury at a pivotal moment. Make it look plausible, but make England lose. Refuse, or alert anyone at all, and Ivy would vanish. Forever. The organization, they called themselves Consilium, a name that meant nothing and everything, hinting at a global network operating beyond laws, beyond morality, likely an unholy alliance of illegal betting syndicates and powerful, shadowy figures who stood to gain billions from an England defeat. Harry Kane, the epitome of composure, the Iceman striker, felt his world implode. His €200 million agony wasn't about lost endorsements or transfer values, it was the unbearable weight of an impossible choice, a price tag on his daughter's life versus the soul of his nation. Sleep became a forgotten luxury. Food tasted like ash. The meticulous pre-match preparations, the tactical briefings from Gareth Southgate, blurred into a meaningless haze. How could he focus on formations when Ivy's innocent face, that terrifying laser dot, was seared onto his retinas? His teammates, his brothers in arms, noticed. The usual banter dried up when he was around. His practice shots, usually laser-guided, were uncharacteristically wayward. Southgate, a manager known for his empathy, pulled him aside, concern etched on his face. "Harry, you all right, son? You seem distant." Kane could only offer a strained smile, a mumbled excuse about pre-final nerves, the lie tasting like poison on his tongue. He was utterly, terrifyingly alone. Consilium had made it clear, one wrong move, one whisper to the authorities, and the consequences for Ivy would be immediate and irreversible. They even sent a follow-up, a small, innocent-looking child's drawing, identical to one Ivy had made for him, slipped under his hotel room door. A drawing she hadn't given him yet. They were everywhere. They could reach anyone. The torment was relentless. Could he do it? Could he betray his country, his teammates, the millions of fans who had poured their hearts and hopes into this journey? Could he live with himself, knowing he had thrown away England's best chance at glory in 60 years? But then, Ivy's smile, her laughter, the way her small hand fit into his, how could he not? The thought of her in danger, of that unspoken threat materializing, was a physical pain, a vice around his chest. He scoured his mind for an escape route. Fake an injury convincingly enough to be subbed off early? But Consilium had anticipated that. A minor strain won't suffice, Captain. It must be a decisive contribution to England's failure, on the grandest stage. He was trapped, a lion in a cage woven from his deepest love and his greatest fear. But Harry Kane wasn't just a footballer, he was a husband, a father. And in the darkest hour of his life, when all hope seemed lost, a flicker of defiance, a desperate, audacious plan, began to form. He couldn't tell the team, couldn't tell the FA, couldn't tell the police. Consilium's surveillance was too complete. But there was one person he trusted implicitly, one person whose courage and intelligence he knew matched his own, one person who was as invested in Ivy's safety as he was his wife, Kate. In a tearful, whispered confession in the dead of night, a conversation shielded from any possible listening devices by layers of white noise from the hotel TV, he laid bare the horrific ultimatum. Kate, a tower of strength often unseen behind the global superstar, didn't crumble. Her fear was palpable, but beneath it, a steely resolve hardened her eyes. This was the Damocadus twist no one, least of all Consilium, could have predicted. Kate Kane wouldn't just be a worried wife, she would become an operative. While Harry had to play his part, the tormented captain on the verge of a terrible choice, Kate, using a network of trusted private security contacts they'd acquired over years at the top of the football world, discreet ex-special forces types, would initiate a high-risk counter-operation. Her perceived status as just the wife would be her camouflage. Consilium would be watching Harry, not her. The plan was terrifyingly simple in its concept, impossibly complex in its execution: locate Ivy, neutralize the direct threat, and do it all within the 90 minutes of the World Cup final. Final day. The Lusail Stadium is a cauldron of noise, a kaleidoscope of flags and raw emotion. Harry Kane leads England out, his face a mask of almost unbearable tension. The world sees a captain feeling the pressure. Only he and Kate know the true, terrifying stakes. The game begins. England are vibrant, attacking. Kane is hesitant. A slightly mistimed run. A pass that goes astray when a shot seemed on. The commentators note his unusually subdued start. Consilium, watching, would be pleased. Kate, from a private box, surrounded by their security team, is a bundle of nerves, her phone her lifeline, receiving coded updates. The counter-operation is in full swing. They have a lead, a possible location where Ivy is being held, monitored by a small team of Consilium's enforcers. It's a race against time. On the pitch, the first half is a tense, cagey affair. Kane has a glorious chance, a one-on-one with the keeper. The world expects the net to bulge. He scuffs it wide. A collective groan from the England fans. A knowing, almost imperceptible nod from a shadowy figure in the VIP section that Kane's security detail had discreetly flagged as a potential Consilium observer. The pressure mounts. Half-time. In the dressing room, Kane avoids eye contact, lost in his own private hell. The second half begins. Still no news from Kate. The game is on a knife edge. Then, around the 70th minute, as Kane lines up for a crucial free kick, he sees it. A tiny, almost invisible signal from Kate in the stands, a specific colored scarf held aloft for precisely 5 seconds. It's the sign. Ivy is safe. The local threat neutralized. The Consilium operatives overseeing her are in custody. The details don't matter in that instant, only the message. Safe. A change comes over Harry Kane, a transformation so profound it's almost visible. The crushing weight that had been bowing his shoulders evaporates. The tormented mask is replaced by a look of cold, righteous fury. The hesitation vanishes, replaced by a primeval roar of intent. It's as if a switch has been flipped. His next touch is a sublime piece of control. His next pass splits the defense. He's everywhere, a man possessed, not by fear, but by a ferocious, liberated power. The commentators are stunned. What has gotten into Harry Kane? He's a different player. The Damocada climax unfolds with breathtaking speed. In the 85th minute, with the scores level, Kane receives the ball just outside the box. He turns, shrugging off 2 defenders, and unleashes an unstoppable thunderbolt into the top corner of the net. The stadium erupts. England leads. But he's not done. In stoppage time, with the opposition throwing everyone forward, he tracks back, makes a last-ditch, goal-saving tackle, then launches a counter-attack, setting up the sealing goal for a teammate. The final whistle blows. England have won the World Cup. Harry Kane, captain, saviour, sinks to his knees, not in exhaustion, but in a torrent of emotion, the tears flowing freely, tears of relief, of victory, of a battle fought and won on more fronts than anyone could ever imagine. The full story of Consilium's plot, of Kate Kane's incredible bravery, and of Harry's agonizing dilemma and ultimate triumph, doesn't emerge for months, and even then, only in carefully managed disclosures to protect ongoing investigations and his family's privacy. Consilium, a global criminal entity, is severely crippled, its leaders exposed and hunted. Harry Kane is no longer just a footballing legend, he's a national hero in the truest sense, a man who faced an impossible choice and, with the help of his equally heroic wife, found a way to save his daughter and win the World Cup. His €200 million value is now priceless, a symbol not of wealth, but of indomitable character. His legacy is forever intertwined with this incredible tale of courage, a story that proves that even in a world of global superstars and shadowy organizations, the bonds of family, and the strength of the human spirit, can conquer the darkest of evils. The beautiful game had never seen anything quite like it.